の光そっと窓辺に差し込んで BGM は小鳥のさえずり扉を叩いたらそこから始めよう笑顔あふれる場所へ鮮やかに変化する日常のメロディーと流行る心が踊り出すさあ声を重ねましょう Everyone sing a song 新しい一日のスタートこの場所から始めようよフロアの足元も華やいで指を鳴らし合図したらみんなで Let's start peaceful daysシャラララララ声を重ねて朝の光そっと窓辺に差し込んで BGM は小鳥のさえずり扉を叩いたらそこから始めよう笑顔あふれる場所へ鮮やかに変化する日常のメロディーと流行る心が踊り出すさあ声を重ねましょう Everyone sing a song 新しい一日のスタートこの場所から始めようよフロアの足元も華やいで指を鳴らし合図したらみんなで 光そっと窓辺に差し込んで BGM は小鳥のさえずり扉を叩いたらそこから始めよう笑顔あふれる場所へ鮮やかに変化する日常のメロディーと流行る心が踊り出すさあ声を重ねましょう Everyone sing a song 新しい一日のスタートこの場所から始めようよフロアの足元も華やいで指を鳴らし合図したらみんなで Let's start peaceful days シャラララララ声を重ねて朝の光そっと窓辺に差し込んで BGM は小鳥のさえずり扉を叩いたらそこから始めよう笑顔あふれる場所へ鮮やかに変化する日常のメロディーと流行る心が踊り出すさあ声を重ねましょう Everyone sing a song 新しい一日のスタートこの場所から始めようよフロアの足元も華やいで指を鳴らし合図したらみんなで Let's start peaceful 光そっと窓辺に差し込んで BGM は小鳥のさえずり扉を叩いたらそこから始めよう笑顔あふれるでしょう鮮やかに変化する日常のメロディーと流行る
Hey all. Let me go ahead and bring down the game music a little while we chat. Choo choo! Which one did I get? Oh, it was a shield. That's a pretty good one. I like that one. Some of those emotes are pretty good. Puggers. Hi friends. Y'all are way too kind. You didn't have to give me a whole hype train thing. I hadn't even come on camera yet. But thank you for all the support. I know I don't stream nearly as often as y'all would like, but here I am. So objection, no you. Hi Cassie. Hi everyone. Thank you all for the subs and such. The hype train. Let me see. Techie got a gifted sub from oh no, Techie gifted a sub to Astral. Fizzy gifted a sub to Tech. Max cheered. Fizzy also resubbed. Havoc also resubbed. Thank you everyone for all the love. Oh, thanks everyone. Any stream is better than nothing. I said no. Thank you. Yeah, the community here is so nice. Even for someone like me who really rarely streams. For some of you who have been here for a long time, Sendo has known me. He's known me under a few different names, but Sendo has known me for quite a while. PCQ as well. Some of you I know I've only met you in the last year or so, and some of you I've known you for about 7 years, if not longer, and I really appreciate that. I go through some of my old streams on YouTube just to kind of catch up on where I left off on games. I'm not great about finishing them, and so sometimes I'll go back and try to refresh myself, and I'll see people's names in the chats who I still see today, and it's really, really sweet, and I love that, because I will literally go months without streaming, and y'all will just show up, so. Yeah, so today we have a game called Café Enchanté, I guess, I don't know, but it has more of those accent marks, so I never quite know what to do with those. But we shall see what happens. Yeah, it's got some fantasy elements, as you can probably see from the little bit you saw earlier of like people with wings and no heads and stuff like that. So should be interesting, but a lot of reading. Usually visual novels don't have a lot of action, so if you're not familiar with them, it's just gonna be a lot of reading for the most part. There might be choices, you know, but deciding who to pursue, but we shall see what happens. Anyway, oh, Havoc, come on, brother. You're too kind. Thank you so much for those bits. You are such a generous guy, and I hope to do you proud by at least streaming occasionally. And at least it'll help fund my Gamefly subscription that I don't normally use as much as I should, but that's what this game comes from, so we'll give it a shot. And then the only other thing I want to mention, I have a little Easter egg for the recent Easter holiday for some of our Soup Kitchen friends. If y'all can see a little peek here. Thank you, Havoc. Thank you. Can folks figure out what the Easter egg is? Fizzy figured it out. I had to get it. But yeah, if anything, it gives you guys a sense of the quality of what Jackbox has. So here, I'll stand up a little. Fat cheese. Fat cheese. Looks pretty good. One of us had to. Fat cheese. Hey, Okami. So, but yeah, so it's nice. I've been wanting to get one of the Jackbox shirts for a while, and I'm glad we could finally do it. I'm glad I have to send a pic to Jorm or whoever had put together the shirt, but I was pretty happy with the drawing, so I was like, I gotta do it. And even Seth was like, yeah, you gotta put that art on the shirts. Gotta put it up somewhere. All right. But no, I do have a lot of fun with the Jackbox games when I do the TKO. If you guys don't do TKO or is it TKO? Yeah, it's TKO. You can actually get these shirts made. They don't cost that much, honestly, and it's worth a shot. You know, I was like, I don't want to redraw it, but I do really like the little fat cheese drawing, so I was like, I might as well just have them print it for me, and it worked out really well. I'm glad you like it, Busy. Yeah, I was going through some of them one day, and I was like, you know, I just should just treat myself and get one of these shirts. So I might do more. We'll see. All right. Well, let's go over to the game because we keep hearing it in our ears here. Fat cheese lives. Yeah, Jorm will be happy. I'm sure a lot of the other Soup Kitchen folks will be happy. Feel free if you want to share that clip to the community channel over at the Soup Kitchen. What in the weeb? This is very, very weeb. Welcome to the world of otome visual novels, guys. All right. So, keep me posted on the audio balance. We are using the Razer Ripsaw, which I'm not used to. I know that Techie had mentioned earlier that the alerts were a lot louder than the game. Let me also turn up the game now because it might be a little too soft. So keep me posted. I hope so too, Okami. Let me know if the game audio needs to go up or anything like that. It'll usually be pretty ambient, just music, but I kind of like this little, like, I don't know exactly what this is, but it's very, like, soothing, but jazzy too, you know. Alright, so let's check on options first, see if there's anything we need to know. Excuse me. Let's see. This is handy. A lot of visual novels often involve you doing multiple replays, so there are skip options. So you're gonna eat real quick. All right, Fizzy, enjoy. Auto speed. Oh, cancel after choice pop-up. Oh, interesting. That's nice. Text speed. Display the heroine. They're like, I don't want to see the girl. This is kind of great, though. I do like that they give you that choice. So if you just want to look at the guys, you're like, I don't want to look at the girl. I don't want to think about the girl, or be reminded that there is a girl in this game. you can just turn her off. All right, let's see. What about sound? Cool. High, low. All right, we got voices in here. Nice. Configuration. Quick save is L button. Interesting. Quick load. Auto mode. Okay, this all looks fine. You don't want a girl to just turn her off. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, honestly, these games are made for all sorts of people, and sometimes people don't want to look at, you know, it's kind of like, what? It's like people don't watch a straight porn for guys don't watch a straight porn for the guys, usually. There's always that saying, or that belief. So it's, you know, just take them out. But who knows? You know, I think it's cool. I think it's nice because it's like you can't make the heroine. So it's like if you can't choose between having a guy to start or a female to start, then it's like, yeah, just take her out completely. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get started here. I'll put on some chapstick because I have a feeling I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking. And lip speaking chapped. All right. Oh, I can put my name. Can't you make the heroine so I can use I knew someone was going to make the heroin joke. Alright, let's go ahead and change Cotone to Deso. Oops. Let's see. Oh, B. It was me. I did it. Alright. So Deso will be the first name. Let's see. What do we want the last name to be, though? Oops. Can I change the... Okay, that's... Okay, enter your first name. Got it. Maybe I can't do anything with the last name, because it says enter your first name. Okay, maybe just the last name is always Awaki. I mean, it says enter your first name, but it doesn't say anything about changing. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, oops. Dale. Yeah, maybe it's just the first name. Now I know how to make things. You're gonna have to be my chemist. Oh, Sid. How are you all doing tonight? I'm so glad you all came out to join me. Oh, thank you, Havoc, for gifting a sub to PCQ. PCQ is a long-time supporter and another streamer, so thank you so much for sharing the love. I appreciate that. Alright. Deso Awaki. Alright, we'll give that a shot. This is kind of in my way. Let me move this. Memories of my childhood. They were filled with images of wisping steam and the aroma of fresh coffee. Most of those memories sunk into the depths of my mind as I entered adulthood. Even so, faint memories come to the front of my mind when I sometimes close my eyes in silence. Alright, Cassie. The enchanting sounds of jazz standards on old records ushering in the guests. The sharp, flavorful scent of coffee floating gently throughout the cafe. The warm, inviting light of the chandeliers glimmering upon the rows of glasses. Yes, my memories of that place are precious to me. But there's a memory of something much greater etched into my heart. It's the sound of my grandfather laughing together with the guests he served. Oh, Grandpa's hot. Why do you think your old grandpa keeps this little cafe open? Because you like coffee? Well, that too. Many cafe owners do open shop simply because they love coffee. But if they liked coffee so much, couldn't they just brew it at home? The main reason I opened this place at all is for the people. Some of them drop by for just a cup, but sometimes they become patrons after falling in love with my brew. And some, yes, some of them come from faraway places beyond imagination. I started up this cafe as a pastime, unconcerned with making a cent, but now that I have patrons who call this place home, I can't just close up shop so easily. This cafe is for the patrons? That's right. Now listen carefully. Anyone can brew a cup of coffee for themselves, but it tastes better when someone brews it for you. Huh? Not that you'd understand yet. Ah, our last customer is about to leave. Well, do you remember what to say when a customer leaves? Yeah, I hope you come back soon. We're the sentient birds. That's our other visual novel. We have to go back to that. Phew. I feel like I've been lost for so long, but I finally made it. How are you guys doing with the audio balance? Am I too loud compared to the music? There's like a nice jazzy background right now, and I want to make sure y'all get to enjoy that. So keep me posted. I take my gaze away from the map in my hands, and I look across the familiar landscape. That's good? Thank you, Senna. Let's hope it don't put you to sleep. Well, at least you're not reading it, right, Senna? Café Enchanté. A name I hadn't heard in a while. It's been maybe 15 years now? Hearing myself say these words. Oops. I'm like trying to... I might have to speed up the words popping up because I'm like, it's a little too slow for me. Hearing myself say these words out loud makes me realize how long it's been. Even if the world around it has changed as all of the years have passed by, it looks exactly how I always remembered it. I felt so happy at that fact for some reason. So much that it makes me smile. 15 years. Yup, I did a good job getting here if I do say so myself. If I do say so myself, although I was completely reliant on this map app. I put my phone away and exchanged it for the piece of paper and key in my bag. What brought me here is a letter from my beloved grandfather. And the key to this cafe. I'm back, Grandpa. I'll be in your care now. I quietly greet the small, simple key, and carefully I open the door to this familiar place. Oh, wow. The space that appeared before me was the one within the fog of my mind. The faded scenes tucked in my memories regain their color and their strength. I take a few steps forward, noticing a layer of dust draped all over. It had all been left alone for so long. Still, a dim fragrance of coffee lingers in the air about the room. I find comfort in that. No doubt about it. This is definitely Grandpa's shop. The wooden furnishings from back then radiate the comforting feeling of nature. My fingers glide upon the tables and chairs neatly and evenly laid out about the space, and that sense of familiarity fills me again. The cups polished to a shine, and the colorful saucers that match them. And the hand-operated coffee mill and siphons lined up behind the counter. Oh, is there a dictionary? Oh, a coffee mill. A device that crushes coffee beans for easier brewing. This is pretty nice. Siphon, appearing like flasks, attached together. A coffee brewing device that uses steam. Oh. Sorry. Alarm going off. They stand there still holding their shine. They're always cared for so very well. Now that I'm here, I should take a look around the whole shop. Oh, this is where Grandpa yelled at me, huh? It was the pillar I tried to climb as a kid. The stairs that were difficult to walk upon with its tall steps. the hallway floor where I struggled to clean the drawings I made upon it. Looking around conjures up all sorts of old memories. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I got yelled at a lot. The next thing I looked at was a storehouse that held a bunch of things. It didn't seem dirty to me, though it would be a lot of physical work to clean all of it up. Right, I guess all was left alone after he passed. I'd have to look through everything to know what it was all used for. I can't do anything right now, though, huh? Behind the counter seating is a large kitchen. Oh, wow. I never noticed a kitchen before. A faded memory of my grandpa making a quick meal comes to mind. I think at that time he was making a sandwich, and of course he was happy, smiling. I floated through the kitchen, making my way to the back of Enchanté. Though it wasn't much, there were the remains of what used to be a vegetable garden. In a corner, there was a small flower bed. The colorful vegetables and the pretty flowers decorating the area always looked so impressive. That's right, I remember crying here. My face grew flushed from the memory of me throwing a fuss, wanting to water the flowers, rolling around and crying over it. Being back here just opens up a floodgate of memories, one after the other. I continued touring the first floor, as if to search for those moments I'd forgotten. And then I mutter again. I'm back, Grandpa. Away from Tokyo, the capital of Japan, far from the city's center, sitting in an alley after a 5-minute walk, the privately owned Café Enchanté. The person who owned the shop was none other than my late grandfather, Soan Oaki. Heroine's grandfather, he was the owner of Café Enchanté. While he had a refined appearance, he had a hearty and broad-minded personality, a master at brewing coffee. Sure brings back memories. The amount of nostalgia I feel seems endless. Time to put you on TV while I watch and play Aura Kingdom. Sounds good, Seno. Enjoy. Thank you for hanging out and lurking. Until I was about 4, my parents were too busy, and I lived here at Café Enchanté with Grandpa. My family, when my parents decided to settle down in the country, Grandpa continued to watch after the cafe. That was probably why I thought it would be still his forever. You're not leaving? You'll be lurking here and there? Sounds good. I'm gonna break open this coffee of mine. I never once thought that I'd be the one to come and continue running the shop. I hit the wrong button. Oh. Hit B by accident. Enchanté was a cafe, but it was also a place that Grandpa called home. The building was surprisingly large. The drafty second and third floors were living spaces, as only the first floor was a cafe. Coffee guy seems sus. He just looks like the guy from the KFC visual novel, right? He kind of reminds me of that. With the counter seats facing the bar and the cozy table seating around the shop, there was a total of about 20 seats here. The menu board seemed to have just basic drip coffee available. That's usually how I make my coffee these days, is just drip coffee. The types of beans were written there, but it prompted patrons to choose their brew. You got to see it brew as you chatted. Grandpa thought it was too much of a pain to decide the type of brew himself, so he'd make the customer decide. Though I think it was really popular to be able to choose your method. From the nail drip to the siphon, watch the process. Cloth filter, interesting. That's right. Just then, from the corner of my eye, I see curtains hung behind the stairs and move toward them. I thought I had already walked through the first floor already. What's behind these curtains? Looking from the garden, there should be another room behind these curtains. I go through them, deep in thought. Ooh, go get that dinner, techie. Food, oh, nice. Food porn pics coming. Alright. I knew it. Although, what was this room for? I tilt my head in wonder at this room hidden so far in the back. It just doesn't match what I remember. Still, if it's possible I'll be taking over this place, I should have an understanding of the interior of the shop, so... There's a bunch of bodies back there. Hello? Attempting to figure out what this last room was, I open its doors. Oh, Techie, I'm so sorry. Hopefully the spot that you're staying at has some silverware. That's frustrating, I'm sorry. Something came to my vision immediately. Whoa, what is this? It was an ostentatiously adorned door that didn't quite match the rest of the cafe. What is this room? What is this room that she found back here? You have extras? Oh, good. That's good. Come to think of it. Oh, good. I was gonna say, Techie, hopefully you have some silverware just in case. Because I'm sure this happens to you all the time. Wait, is this room just for this door? Right. Aside from the ornate door, there was nothing else here. Even though this was the space for it, like the storehouse, nothing was kept here. Nothing stored, no extra furniture. Just a door. It just sits there. Well, what is this, a velvet room? What is this door? Why is there a door here? I took a peek behind it, but sure enough there was nothing there. Just the rest of the room. It doesn't open either. I hadn't the slightest clue as to what I was doing here. It's just an old door. I have no idea when it might have been built. Even though there's no doubt it was old, its frame seems strangely free of blemishes. Gazing at the doorbell hung at the top, I tilted my head in wonder yet again. Maybe Grandpa bought it thinking he would use it to replace another door? He always liked antiques and old things. That's the only reason I could think of as to why it would be here. Is it normal for anyone to really just have a door in here? Yeah, it's... She came into a room and it's an empty room except for a door right in the middle. It's just a frame and a door. A plate reads open and closed on it, which must have been intended to use at the entrance. Do I really need a definition for plate? Not really. I imagine my free-spirited and showy grandpa going through the effort and smile wryly to myself. But now that he's gone, I'll never know what he intended to do with this. I have to take over, or Enchanté won't be in business anymore. I reach out to the plate marked close. Grandpa must have turned over before he passed. This lonely-looking plate that would turn people away, knowing the cafe would never open again. I decided to... Oh, my first choice, folks. Should I keep it closed? Turn it to open. I'm leaning towards turn it to open, but I'm kind of curious. It's just a plate, after all. It's not supposed to be a spooky game either. Not like the other one I'd played. Alright. I'm gonna go with, I'll go with, open unless anyone speaks up. I'll give it a few seconds. Okay. I go with open. I decide to turn it open. I mean, how else are you going to be able to hit on succubi if you don't open the demon gate? Exactly, right? I acted on a whim. The store led nowhere, and it stood in the middle of a shop that lost its owner. The sign was writhing in boredom. proclaiming the store's closed status. Yeah, writhing. This whole sign, this sign, this flat piece of board, writhing in boredom. It seemed strange for me to even feel this, but it looked a little lonely. Sure projecting, girl. My feelings guide me. I turn over the plate. The letters written on it jump into my sight. And in that moment, the world changed. I finally found you. The doorbell rang, announcing a customer. Whoa. The light spilling from the doors blinded me. And the first thing I felt was a warmth that enveloped my entire body. Sir! We are social distancing. You don't have a mask on. It's the Wendy's. A sweet embrace, as if holding something precious and delicate. Those glimmering eyes were looking straight at me. You know, honestly, to me, if this happened, I would be like, whoa, Grandpa, I didn't know if you were into these, like, twink guys. Someone order me a Baconator. Techie. Those glimmering eyes were looking straight at me. Where did he come from? Who is he? I thought it would never happen again. Really, really. To think such a day would come. Most importantly, I was wondering why I was being held all of a sudden. With the question spinning in my head, I take a breath. Yeah, Frosty for sure. You're a little too close. Do you mind taking a step back? I mustered all my strength to say anything I could, and escaped from his arms. I quickly back away to the wall, putting myself on guard, clutching my phone. So what is this music? This music is hilarious. Wait, is something about me suspicious to you? Even though the words held a certain intent. It seemed like he was laughing in a grin, enjoying this moment. Hey, you don't have to be so scared of me, okay? I'm not dangerous. I can't trust you at all. Who in the world even are you? You must be a criminal. You are, right? Completely ready to call the police, I glare at the man. Of course not. I'm from a pretty historical family. How about I give you my autograph? I don't want that. I was trying to do my best to intimidate him, but after seeing that, it was very apparent that he was smiling. His features were beautiful. His jade eyes, his unique hair. He had these horns. This was an emergency, but his face gave me the impression that he had things under control. But that aside, that embrace just now was practically assault. Wait, what? Are those really horns? Growing beside your ears? This guy is like an aura from 14. What? My horns? You want to touch them? No, I'm fine. I don't want to do that. Oh, that's boring. Well, you don't have to hold yourself back, you know. It closes the distance between us. I circle around him to get further away. Now that I look at him more closely... Actually, I don't need to look more closely. It wasn't only features, but his outfit also seemed very unique. Bonk. Horny jail. It was a loose robe, adorned with colors of black and purple. They are clothes not worn by anyone other than a wizard from a fantasy world. are your clothes cosplay? Or some kind of wizard character? I need to see what they say for cosplay. Dressing up and acting as a fictional character. Extraordinary love for the character is a requirement. Oh, these? They're not so much cosplay as they are my formal attire. I'm an important person, after all. And while we're at it, I'm not a wizard. I'm a lord. Techie. Are you trying to get in or get out? Oh, right. Maybe you'll begin to trust me if I told you this. I know the owner of the shop, Soan. I'm not dangerous, okay? I'm totally harmless. Hey, Omaro. I know, it is nice when visual novels take the time to include a glossary. Sometimes it's kind of silly, but sometimes it's a nice little thing, especially if they might be using translated words, like in another language, then it's kind of nice. Cosplay. Noun, weep shit. How you doing, Omaro? Good to see you. You know my grandfather? Yes, exactly. That's why I know who you are. You're Soan's granddaughter. Deso Owaki, right? That's me. I'm the granddaughter. I'm glad the glossary's there. Yes, that's right. An acquaintance of Grandpa's. If that's true, I suppose it would put me at ease, at least for a little bit. Still, even if that's true, where did you come from? It seemed like you came through those doors, but I was alone when I was in here earlier. I pointed my finger at the door. Was he behind the door? Although it's hard to believe he was hiding from my sight the entire time. And until I arrived today, the shop had been closed ever since Grandpa passed away. Oh, Enchanté? Okay, thank you. I think of enchant, so Enchanté. Nice. Where did you come from? Where did you go? That's what you figured the little squiggles are for. That's what I figured. I was like, are they pronouncing it more Japanese style or more French style? Kanai Joe. Considering that, anyone other than myself being here is just strange. I'm not too sure how to explain that. It's simple, yet complicated. What he glanced suggestively at was the same thing I pointed to, the door. It'd make sense if everyone was here. Suddenly, the horned man stopped speaking. I felt a disturbance around me. What? An earthquake? The tremors get more and more intense. I thought that Enchanté itself would be in trouble until... Everyone must be excited. Without Enchanté's barrier, the entire town could have been blown away. But barrier? A town blown away? What? Enchanté in Canadian. Fizzy would know. Originating from Buddhism, in this game it refers to a magical effect used for defense and isolation of existences. Interesting. Save the questions for later. Here they come, speak of the devil. I think you should take a few steps back. Unable to even reply, with a flick of his finger. For some reason, I felt my body immediately pulled backwards. I fell to the ground from the sudden force, and in the next instant, what happened before me surprised me even more. Hey, old man, you're late to open up the shop. How many months do you think it's been, huh? For shame, Soan. To shut us out without saying a word? It was so long that I'd believe I'd fallen even further down. All I hear are cows. Indeed, Enchanté is quite splendid. I feel this way with each and every arrival. Alright, it's about time to pick your husbando, boys. Huh? Oh, you're all here too, huh? I haven't seen any of you in a while. I figured you went off and, you know, died. Wait, this wild-looking man had flames spilling out from his entire body. It would be difficult to think that any one of us could really die, wouldn't it? This man had clean features on his face and wings growing out of his back. You're quite right. I am unable to die in the first place. This man looked like a knight, clad in black armor, like he was from the Middle Ages. Don't you know that I know that? God, can't take a joke. Hey, where's the old man? You left us hanging out there. I'm not gonna let you off easy. Well, not unless you get me a meal in the house as an apology. That sounds like you'd let him off quite easy, actually. No. However, we should locate Soan is to inquire of what has been happening. I'm quite concerned over the matter of a particular limited edition drama CD I'd pre-ordered through him. Huh? This kid is... Soan? Lord Soan, you've become quite dainty in the while we've been apart. Just look! She's a different person! Where the hell are you two even looking? I guess we really couldn't know where you would be, Camus. I look at these three, no 4 suspicious men before me, and find that my mind has completely frozen. As my eyes shut around frantically, one of them slowly eased his way to me. You there, the trespassing girl. You've got some guts to sneak into the old man's shop while he's gone. What? Trespasser? That's what I should be saying. Just as I was about to yell that, the man I met first cuts in. Sorry, Deso. The crew is a suspicious and dubious bunch, but they don't really mean any harm, so don't worry. Well, you act as if you're not one of them, but you're all trespassers to me. Oops. I thought I could just stride my way through, but I suppose you won't be letting me off easily. I mean, including you, who are you guys? What do you mean? As you can see. He stops to flash another smile and speaks. We are guests from another world. Oh yeah, I think they're all going to end up shirtless at some point. Not even in an argument. Back to the title. Oh, now we're gonna see them all. I think one of these guys wasn't in the initial 4. What's the point then? To find out more. It's not just about seeing them shirtless. You want to romance them and get to know them. The cheating demon king. The gentle headless knight. The otome-loving fallen angel, wow. Ignis, the bold, softy demon beast. The mature special agent. Oh, I haven't met him yet. Solaire. I could see it. I like how she looks shocked in most of these images. She's like, oh, I like that he had a donut. Different worlds, non-humans, and a cafe. All woven together with wonder and excitement. Welcome to our story. Got a little cupcake. Alright. Is the game over now? Fell from heaven because it got caught. Wow. Wow, techie. Alright, we're on chapter 1. A trespasser wearing a helmet. I see. So Soan did indeed pass away. The cafe hasn't been open for months. I had feared as much. I still cannot believe it. He was so full of energy the last time I saw him. Humans don't live long after all. He was pretty old. Although he didn't look like it. Non-humans is a little un-2021. We call them solely departed now. You're lurking and listening, talking in my calm voice while you're working from home. Aw, I'm glad. I'm glad, Max. We've talked about that a little bit with Fizzy. You know, Seth and I both have kind of calming voice streams, and you know, we worry a little bit about being boring, but most of the time, most of the feedback we've heard is just that it's very calming and it's good. I'm calm-embodied. Thanks all, I appreciate it. But yes, do what you need to do, lurk away. This is a good game to lurk for. Humans don't live long after all. AOT! How you doing, buddy? We're calming is the best description. OT, we just started with a Café Enchanté, and we just met our non-human guests who came out of a demon door. It's a visual novel with cute non-human boys, yes. Typical of a lot of these Japanese games. I took over after my grandfather passed away, so here we are. Humans don't live long after all. He was pretty old, although he didn't look like it. Now that I think of it, the reason he made us all leave must have been because he knew he'd be passing away soon. Monster Boy is cute, yeah. The first guy is basically an aura from 14. He has got horns on the sides. The second guy is a headless knight. And the third guy is an angel. There's more guys, but this is just the first three we're talking to, I guess. That may be so. Regardless, it's a tragedy that we've lost him. Stop looking so sad. He's dead. There's nothing we can do about that. The Nyan shirt. A Dolahan? You think it's called? Maybe the knight. They do have Dulahans in 14, actually, the knights. maybe it is a Dulahan. Those rhythm game suggestions, oh boy. Yeah, I've only seen Dulahan in 14, but I've never looked into it. I mean, 14 has some really interesting vocab. Like, they use the word jail, G-A-O-L, that I've never seen written out like that anywhere else. And, you know, everyone who does, like, the Titan fight, they're just like, Gale? It's like, no, actually, it's just another word for jail. It's just another spelling of it, apparently. There's one in Konosuba, and he carried his head in his hands. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, just so interesting that that's another variation of jail. I would have never guessed. You only knew it from Bloodborne? Yeah, it's funny, the Old English stuff. That Nyan shirt is too funny, and I kind of want it. Stop looking so sad. He's dead. There's nothing we could do about that. Ignis. Please take care with how you choose to address the situation. Shut it. If how I talk gets the old man to crawl back out from the grave, I'll say whatever the hell I want. I know it's a great shirt, right, OT? It's not better than the fat cheese, though. It's very Irish. Ah, gotcha. I know Fizzy's loving the fat cheese shirt. I'm glad. But we know that won't happen. He died. And since that's fact, we should be thinking about what we should do next. Am I wrong? I need to, let me see if I can figure out how to... I want to speed up the text somehow. Is there a way to do that? Not red. That must be a toggle. Oops. I don't want to toggle. Where are my buttons? No. Ah, there we go. Okay. I was like, there aren't many buttons on this. There's gotta be a way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Irish folklore. Interesting. One moment. What's going on, Techie? Let's see. So speed, text display. Okay. Gonna speed this up a little more. Is homeboy straight Colorado white boy with a shirt and vest? Oh yeah. I love it. That's what you want to talk about. Let me save this while we're here. Save it properly, not just a quick save. Okay. Yeah, he's got a little bit of the oh, what is that film festival in Colorado? I'm like blanking on it, but it just makes me think of that. Hey Globe, good to see you. We were wondering about you in Senno's stream, I think. Or it might not have been Senno's, no, it was Tech's stream. I think it was Tech Sweeney's stream, another Tech. And they're just wondering how you're doing, so hopefully you're well. Build that guy as an endgame glam in 14. I like it. I think that's a great idea, Fizzy. I should do that for like, I think that'd be a great like tank gear or dragoon gear. That'd be really good. You have a point. It really does impress me how you always have so much common sense despite the way you choose to appear. Indeed, everything about you makes you seem like a ruffian. Hey, you two aren't ones to talk when it comes to looks, especially you, helmet head. Ignis raises a viable point. Now that Soan's gone, what will become of Enchanté? The answer to that question would have us consider all sorts of things, right? Exactly right. The only reason we are able to come here is because of Lord Soan. Yeah, it's impossible to force our way back in here if we've been pushed out. Still not quite fast enough for me. Let's see. I don't know if it needs to be like on the fastest speed, maybe. Let's find out. Indeed. So that being the case, about the person who holds our very fate, that is, the girl holding her head and hiding on their table right now, we should do something about her, don't we? Don't you think? Visual novel, yeah. We are the granddaughter of an old man who owned this coffee shop, and he passed away a few months ago, and he had a door that opens up to non-humans to come in. That is a good question. I'm trying to remember the difference between a visual novel and a kinetic novel, OT. Like, kinetic novel, does that mean that you don't have any choices and you're basically just, yeah, visual novels have choice. Yeah, I think this one, is a visual novel because you probably get to choose who you want to spend time with, as far as I understand. Text speed and not auto speed, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, let me see. Because it's kind of, you like both, to be honest. Yeah, it depends. I haven't played a kinetic novel yet. Because here's skip speed, auto speed. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me try that. It did seem to go faster, but yeah, you might be right. Auto speed might be when I set it to auto, so. Good call, Fizzy. Ah, that was better. Thank you, Fizzy. I was like, it seemed faster, but not fast enough. The fact that these men came out of nowhere through a door that led to nothing. The fact that it felt like their appearances changed the moment I glanced away from them. The fact that they call themselves guests from another world. I just don't know what's going on anymore. Honestly, I just want them to leave me alone until I wake up from this terrible dream. I hold my head in thought, but as if ignoring my pathetic plea. Her name's Daiso Owaki, right? The four men I could only see as suspicious trespassers came closer and closer to me. Is she really the old man's granddaughter? It's just kind of hard to believe. There's no doubt. She clearly has traits of Soan's face. The young man who had wings spoke gently, peering into my face. We apologize for the sudden visit. I assure you that there is no reason to fear us. Really? Absolutely. I swear upon Soan's name. There is no reason to be suspicious of us. Stop walking closer, bruh. Isn't she cute? Oh, there you go. Why do you back away? Okay, shut up, Canis. We're not gonna get anywhere with you. Anyone would suspect someone who looks the way you do. Daiso, I know it's daunting to be here with such strange people, but can you at least listen to what we have to say? Why do you keep trying to talk to me as if you aren't one of them? No matter how many times I close my eyes or pinch my cheeks, it doesn't seem like the situation will disappear. I take a deep breath, stand up with caution, and with eyes half open, take a look. There's the man I first met, or rather, the one that held me unexpectedly. Cafe is closed, go demon home. He was a young man who had a refined aura to him, despite breaking into the cafe. Then the rowdy-looking man glaring at me with an unamused look on his face. She's like, suspicious trespassers. Not even talk about him. They're all suspicious, considering they broke into the cafe. But ignoring that one with the helmet on, they seem to be normal people, perhaps? Still. Then what was with how they looked just now? Let me figure out what's going on. At least one's wearing a mask. Guess right? Or who are you? Let's see, I'm gonna go with... You all are... Who are you? Guess, right? I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna go with guess. We'll treat them nice. They seem pretty familiar with Enchanté, and they do seem to know Grandpa. So the answer that all this leads to is... Are you guests of the cafe? That's it. You know, we're actually regulars. We're the ones who hang around here all the time. You hang around here? Yes, from open to close. We'll be saying good morning to good night in one visit. For me, I essentially made residence here. That's actually a bit of a nuisance. But who are these people in the first place? The very first moment I met them, how they looked when they first appeared, when I saw them in that brief moment. The man clad in armor over his entire body. The man with wings on his back. The wavering flames. The way they looked back then. Everyone? I feel like you all looked much different when you first got here. We look different. Oh, you mean how we look when we use our powers? Oh, I see. Right, we do look quite different when we do that, huh? We just do it unconsciously, and So-on never really paid it any mind, so this reaction is kind of refreshing. Oh, you saw it in Castlevania. That makes sense. It makes sense. How I look? You mean like... It's like, let me just flame my shirt off and have like a vest only. This? No sooner than he spoke, he transformed, as if he were in a movie. Just in a wind so hot that made it hard. There's a word missing in here. A wind so hot that made it hard to breathe swept across my face. I nod emphatically, and everything disappears the next instant. Truthfully, it is difficult to answer what this really is when asked about it. For me, I take up a bit of space, you see. Lord So-on scolded me much for it, always telling me I was in the way. Yeah, make you hard breathe. Yeah. You know, as pleased as you sound right now, you're also in the way. It's embarrassing as fuck. I suppose you could say that this is one form of our existence. We are beings capable of doing this. That is all I can say about who we are. I see. Are all of your questions answered? Great. Calling them answered is a stretch. I went from I don't get it to I have no idea what's happening. Then, in a spark of curiosity, I ask another question. Okay then, how about you? Are you able to do that too? As if he didn't expect me to ask that, he looked a bit surprised, and then... You're a bit of a perv, huh? Oh, what makes you say that? And so by asking those few questions, I came to the following conclusion. Alright, Omaru. Thank you. Get some good rest. Take care, and thanks so much for stopping Mom by. These men were, in fact, outsiders, separated far from the rules of this world. So, what or who really are all of you? It seemed ridiculous to have to ask such a question, but I had no other choice but to do so. I reluctantly asked my question, and the men all look at each other. With all their different expressions, some that seemed surprised, some that understood. I see. Lord So-on truly kept all of this from me, didn't he? The most suspicious, the one with the helmet, which was glowing oddly on the inside, spoke as if he was pushing his chest forward. Then, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Canis Espada. I'm a knight of the fairy world, Medio. I was under the great care of Lord So-on. I am Il Fado de Rie. I am an angel of the heavenly world, Kiln. Or rather, I was an angel, fallen after breaking the laws of my world. I have been in the care of Soan as well. He was quite a splendid man. Alright. Wow, it's been a while. Where's my mod view? I know, I was like several a time. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. Let me grab my Twitch chat here. Get these guys out. Let's see. Did I get them all? Oh, this is all like... My chat's all weird, too. Hopefully I got them. Yes, I think I got them. Yeah, I'm like using the stream manager, but it doesn't give me my icons, which is like really confusing. So I'm like, it's not very useful. Let me see if I can refresh. Maybe it'll show me. Still doesn't give me my mod icons. That's weird. Not very useful stream manager. But I'll just use this one instead. Alright. Burn them all! Okay. Alright. Sorry about that, y'all. But at least I do have my, now I get my BTTV emotes on this chat. Carbunculus? there's that word we all hate, Techie. It's like, really, why use the word carbuncle? It's not a nice word. It's not a nice thing to think about, except in 14. I know, it's an unfortunate name, Ignis Carbunculus, a demon beast from the beast world, Bestia. Tech is like, ew. I guess I'm last then, huh? I'm from the demon world Asmodia, Monsieur Rex. I'm the powerful demon king, as you can see. Nice to meet you. It's called Bestia. It makes it very easy to remember. Ooh. Do any of you want to ask more about any of them? Want to know more about the demon, the knight, the fallen angel, or the beast? The demon king was Mizir. Knight was Canis. Fallen angel was Il. And beast was Ignis. Right now. Yeah, I think it was Ignis. I don't know who to go for. You like the demon? Alright, we'll go with the demon. Hey, Warren. Good to see you. A demon king? Even I realize how dumbfounded I sounded as those words spilled from my lips. I'd like to know more about how I got that very unfortunate name. It's one of those names where I'm like, 14 or Final Fantasy writers seem to really enjoy. Like, I've seen Carbuncle come up quite a few times, and I think they just like the sound of that name and decide to make it something cute instead of the terribly gross thing it is. Don't Google it if you don't want to know. Or if you do Google it, just Google it with Final Fantasy in there, but if you Google carbuncle by itself, it will be a really nasty medical affliction. The man standing in front of me, Monsieur. I vaguely remember him saying something like that the first time he appeared. Right? A demon king. It's a major role in the human world, right? You've heard of my name before, yes? The human world refers to this world. A major role? You mean that sort of character? Like the one in video games? Right, yes. We massacre humans, conquer worlds, descend into darkness, kidnap lovely princesses, that sort of thing. I know, as I need to find out what this human world is. Just, I'm curious. Who that? Who? Who that? Carbunculus is a description and not a name. I would never get over it. Who dat? So if you let your guard down, I'll kidnap you too, princess. What is with this black square that I did not notice here? Alright guys, that's unfortunate. I didn't realize that's been there this whole time. It's Streamlabs. Being weird. I think it's because it's hidden. Let's see. I'm not hiding anything. Don't worry. Let's see. Where'd it go? I'm not hiding anything. Don't worry. Let's see. Where'd it go? It's been weird. Why you gotta be weird? Huh. That's strange. Just my Streamlabs window is like borked. And it's causing this like black bar to show up. Maybe if I refresh it. Let's see. Black bar to show up. Oh. Now I'm picking up on my own stream. That's not good either. Let's try this. Why is this just not working? It's like Chrome being stupid.
Close the window and reopen it.
I can't even like.
Well, that's all your problem right there.
I can't even click on it. That's why I'm like. I just have to close it from here. There we go. Okay. I'll just relaunch it. Just been dumb. No, that's not what I want. There we go. Okay. Alright. Hopefully... Yes, no more black bar there. Sorry about that, folks. I just noticed that. It's annoying. Okay. Stop that. Also stop that. Alright. Let's see. Let's continue. Talking about massacring people with that smile on doesn't quite seem right. Well, even if I am one, I'm not on the job. You don't need to call me Demon King, just Monsieur is fine. Demonic King of Evil, familiar in RPGs and fantasy stories. The standard is abducting a princess and engulfing the world in darkness. One should raise their level and acquire legendary armaments before facing him. Wow. This dictionary. It's pretty funny, actually. Actually need to move this closer. Let's do that. That. There we go. Okay. Better. But you can give me a nickname like Mishi or Mishan. Nicknames make it feel like you're a bit closer with that person, don't they? No, I have no need for that. I don't need it to close the gap between us. Well, In any case, I suppose I should ask about someone else. Alright, I guess we're going through all of them. I'm getting a little chilly. Let me put on something. Hold on one second. Hi, Sithy.
Hello.
Hoodies. Aww. Thank you, Sethy. The boys gave me a little hype train even before I came on stream. It was very sweet. I showed them the fat cheese shirt too. So, Fizzy was very, very, very surprised and happy.
The fat cheese.
Fat cheese. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and go in order then. A night. Wait, I can't process what's happening. I crouched down with a headache caused by all the strange words and weird introductions. At the least, I was able to understand that all of these people are absolute weirdos. It's fun to be on this side of the loading screen hype train. It was very, very sweet. Oh, this is also missing some words. Out of all of these people, if I were to pick who was the strangest of all, aw, Niam. Niam, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. I don't think I have my Niam emotes right now, which makes me sad. But I will give you this, this colorful pride tee. Welcome, everyone. We're playing Café Enchanté. It's a visual novel, a lot of reading. And Raider Reno, hey Bromander, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow, thank you. I'm Deso. I don't stream that often, but I do stream. I play a variety of things. Right now we're playing a visual novel. Usually I like to play sim games, RPGs, usually RPGs, puzzle games, sometimes rhythm games, usually weird games, cute things too. This is the same Day Societas that you saw on Seth's streams. That's the one, Red. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, speaking of Seth, he's actually right here. It's just right off cam. You see his hand. Welcome, everyone. This is the rhythm of the night. You're gonna get that song stuck in my head. Speaking of which, I've had the Dongo song from Monster Hunter Rise like in my head for days, and I've barely played the game, but it's just because of watching you guys stream and like hearing it on Seth's side. Like it's an earworm. Oh no. I like how you put it too. I'm like, I am so sorry for you. I didn't know you streamed. I am so sorry for you. Thank you. I appreciate your support. The Dongo song goes hard. It's definitely an earworm. But no, don't worry. It's for me, it takes a while for me to realize some people stream too, so don't worry at all. I also don't stream very often at all, so it's good. This is probably the first time I've streamed in at least a month, if not more, so it's gonna haunt our dreams. Great. Anyway, we're being introduced to all of the strange characters that we're meeting today in our cafe. You're Canis the Knight, was it? Yes, Canis Espada. Again, my condolences for what happened. It's in your head now. Thank you. He looks strange, but he is gentlemanly. putting that aside, there are a lot of things I'd like to ask. Yes, you are Soan's granddaughter. I shall answer you to the best of my abilities. The the clover mist coming out of his neck. I'm sorry. I am 190 centimeters tall. My weight is secret. I have several hobbies, including weight training and gardening. No, wait, that's not what I want to know. Hang on, why is your weight a secret? That's such a silly... it's unimportant. What is important is what's obvious. I want to know why you're dressed like that. In particular, that helmet. Why a helmet? After my short tirade, Kanas thinks for a moment and speaks. I actually thought I coordinated my attire quite well today. Do you feel something is off? Coordinated? Yes. When I came to the human world, Soan invites me to not stand out too much. And that's why you have that outfit on. Taking another look from the neck down, he seemed like any other guy around town with a normal shirt and vest on. But his neck and up was covered by an iron helmet like one from the Middle Ages. I can't possibly be the only one who noticed Grandpa's advice hadn't been applied very well at all. Plot twist, that's not his helmet, it's his head. I happened to glance to the side to find the Demon King, snickering as if he read my mind. You have found another questionable point. It's not that I found another point, it's everything about you. The light gleaming from his helmet catches my eye. It looks almost like flames. But what in the world is that? What's that light coming from your neck? This is... Those are just computer graphics. You can see the color changing, right? He's got like RGB, like LEDs underneath his helmet. I know that's not what it is. Just leave it at that. It's such a drag to try to explain it to. Seriously? It's clearly not normal though. Well, in any case, I suppose I should ask about someone else. We'll ask about the boring angel. Stupid human, it's just CGI. What do I do? Heavenly worlds and angels, demon worlds and demon kings? There are so many things wrong to point out that I don't know how to react. How much of this are they serious about? How much of this is a joke? As I sit, struggling what to ask next, one of them walks toward me. Daiso, I am certain this is overwhelming, but there is no need to understand everything all at once. I shall try and explain some things myself, about all of us and this cafe, considering you will be its new owner. Your... what was it? Ilfa? Close? Unfortunately, that is incorrect. My friendship level won't rise at this rate. That's a very tongue-in-cheek reference to these visual novels, because you secretly raise their relationship rates. It's really funny. I hate walking around in cons. You meet so many weirdos. Friendship level? I am the fallen angel, Il Fado de Rie. Feel free to call me Il if you'd like. Il smiles after his explanation. I'm not entirely sure if he's a fallen angel, but there's definitely an otherworldly aura about him that would make me believe so. He carries himself with poise and seems the most normal out of the four of them. Oh? Did the release date change? I was so looking forward to counting down for this. I give an exasperated look at the fallen angel who gestures to excuse himself as he takes out his smartphone. What are you doing? I was notified about a release date change, and I'm checking the site to confirm. I don't get any signal in the heavenly world. Oh, are they adding a new character? I never would have thought that character would get their own route. He claims to come from another world, yet he just naturally took out a smartphone. On top of that, I really have no idea what he's mumbling about. I guess even if he seems normal, even this guy has something wrong with him. Well, in any case, I suppose I should ask about someone else. A beast. So, how am I supposed to be responding to these earth-shattering self-introductions? Though rigid from shock, I noticed something. That one, the one who called himself Ignis, was staring at me. He's scary. I could feel his gaze upon me. I do love that Nyan shirt. But looking a little more closely, the print on his t-shirt is kind of cute. It's probably Brave Exvius, and I'm mad now. Wow, Fizzy. Fizzy already knows. He's like, damn. It's probably a mobile game. Man. Huh? I mean, unable to withstand his piercing gaze anymore, I gather my courage and address him. You're the demon beast, Ignis, right? Yeah. Did I do something wrong? I don't know why he's staring at me. Well, that's what I thought until he dismisses me with a grunt and looks away. No. I just thought you were a pretty plain girl, being you're the old man's granddaughter. What? He flips his head to the side after muttering his rude comment. Why do I have to receive this kind of abuse in our first meeting? And so, after a bit of conversation... That's right. Now that Soan's gone, I guess we can't drink his coffee anymore, huh? That would be the case. More and more I realize we have lost a great person. Coffee is always bitter. Not being able to eat here anymore is way more important to me than the coffee. Always bitter. Ignis, in your case, wouldn't you actually die from drinking some? Why the hell would I die? I couldn't die just from drinking coffee. Oh, my. It could be fatal if you're unaware. Ignis, if you give dogs coffee or onions... Oh, really? I didn't even... Are they still continuing with Supernatural? I just assumed it ended. But maybe they just decided to move on with more new characters? God, just stop it! Stop calling me a dog, you angel nerd. Mizir the Demon King, Canis the Knight, Il the Fallen Angel, and Ignis the Demon Beast. Oh, I got it. I got it. You're talking about this game. Get wrecked, nerd. You could die if you drink coffee and have pre-excitation syndrome, like Wolf Parkinson White. Interesting tech. Tech bringing on his medical knowledge. After their fantasy-ridden introductions, they chatter amongst themselves. Now then, how about it, Deso? Were we able to convey who we are to you? From the looks of them, it didn't seem like they were about to trick me or tell me absurd lies about alternate worlds. That paramedic flex. Right. Even though I couldn't quite believe them, or I'll try for now. I'll go with I'll try for now. Honestly, I don't even understand half of what you all are talking about. Anyway, none of you are normal people. But to my grandfather, you are all important customers, right? Yes, we do live outside the rules of man. It is not wrong to consider us abnormal. Although, we'll never be able to know if Soan really did care about us. If he really did think of us that way, we are truly lucky to have known him. I don't know what sort of bond, what sort of time these men and Grandpa spent together. But I couldn't help but notice Mizir's smile was one of melancholy. At that point, Ignis and everyone took a seat nearby and showed that they were ready to have a serious chat with me. Well, you can decide if you trust us or not at a later time. Hey, Discam! Welcome, welcome! How are you doing? I'm glad you're able to make it. I know you've been curious about my streams, so... No good options for Orlando? What do you mean, techie? And I don't know, honestly, with spring break having just happened or currently happening, I would be pretty reluctant to go to Florida, honestly. But that's me personally. Although you're vaccinated, so at least there's that. I don't know. Something about going to Florida after spring break, I'm like, oof. No good options. They're too friggin' early? Oh, oof. That sucks. That sucks that they're early. Is it a, I wonder if it's kind of like LA, where it's a lot of early flights because there's a lot of transfers, later in the morning. So, curious. Flying to Florida as a whole is not a good option. Homeboy rep was like, if you could fly in early and out late Friday. Oh, oh no, hun. More importantly, we'd like to know, what did you come here to do? What? His eyes squinted a bit more. It was silent. His sharp gaze was upon me, scanning every little detail. You'll be there by 12 p.m. Monday and leave by 12 p.m. Friday. That sounds nice. That sounds like a nice way to go, Techie. Just don't throw off your schedule too much. Yeah. Soan's granddaughter, De Soawaki. I've heard about you a bunch of times from the old man himself. It seemed like you used to live in the shop, but you hadn't seen him in a while because your work has been too busy. So, why are you here now, of all times? Them's the rules. What do you really think of Enchanté? Your answer is very important to us. I had a feeling they also guessed as to why the granddaughter of the shop's owner came, after the shop was abandoned for so long. And that this meant Enchanté was at the crossroads. Whether or not you're taking over the shop or closing it down. He's got tentative cases on Monday and Friday. Mizir spoke as if he read my mind. As if reacting to a somber smile, I hold out a letter toward them. The reason I came here is because of the letter I received from Grandpa. If I die, I leave the shop in your hands. Go there yourself and have a look around. If you feel you don't need it, sell it. Or you can feel free to make it your own place. That's what the letter says. Lord Soan's final request. You don't do tentative? You're like, I'll be there at 12. But I ain't showing up early for something that's not confirmed. That's fair. I nod. My fingers graze a leaf of paper as I look toward them again. You're right. I hadn't taken time to see Grandpa. I know, right? Or is like, if I die, I don't know, yeah, take it or leave it. But he hadn't seen me since I was 4, right? So he didn't even say hello. Yeah. But it's not because I didn't want to. I love him. He used to take care of me. If he knew I took advantage of his kindness to escape from my current problems, I'm sure he would have been sad. What do you mean, escape? Right, I didn't want my dear grandpa to hate me for leaving that place. In the end, his passing is what brought me this letter, and brought me here again. The fact that this has all been a trigger for me to escape that place, that's the truth. No idea what you're talking about. I'm sure you're just imagining things. Soan would never fuss over something so small. He'd laugh like an idiot, and then he'd move on. That'd be it. Ignis's words were tinged with sadness. Hearing them, I turned toward the others. Grandpa talked about how important this cafe always was to him. So, if there are any secrets to it, I'd like to know every detail. So please tell me, what exactly is this cafe? What are these alternate worlds? My question made them look at each other. The sound of the shop returned to what it must have been like before we arrived. Silent. It's difficult to describe in words. I can say that it is just as you have seen. This is Café Enchanté. Here there's a gateway to other worlds, a place where others can come to visit. Cafe operated by the heroine's grandfather. Its true identity is a cafe that welcomes customers from other worlds. She didn't know about this until she took over the cafe. Oops. Literally refers to mysterious worlds other than the one the heroine lives in, existing in different space, time, and reason. While they seem to be products of fiction, they actually do exist. Lord Soan, keeper of Enchanté, ran it and took us non-humans in as guests. Yes? That has long been the case here. A shop where distant worlds intersect. A place of fun and a place of belonging. You know, you're still so small. You wouldn't remember, huh? Wait, did I meet you at some point in the past, monsieur? It was such a short meeting, after all. It isn't surprising that you don't remember. If that's the truth, had they already been coming to the cafe back when I was still living here as a child? I closed my eyes to try to remember. Fragments of images began to cross my mind. Hey, Mateo. How you doing? Oh, I should ask, because I know we were trying to figure out with Teoma's name is Teo. And then it made me think, I was like, well, have we been pronouncing Mateo Dragon's name wrong? Or is it Mateo Dragon? Because I'm used to Mateo with the M-A-T-E-O. But I was like, I should ask. I couldn't remember. I was like, it's both? Okay. So you're fine with it either way. Mateo. Okay, cool. I know Teoma prefers Teo. Although I think he's fine with it either way also, but I just want to make sure it's what you intended. Let's see. Events buried in my memories of these past 15 years began to surface. The main reason I opened this place at all is for the people. Of course, these memories are from when I was a child. It's difficult to recall them. But I don't think I had ever considered then that the customers I saw weren't normal human beings. Now that they mention it, I feel something nagging in the back corners of my mind. These still fleeting, fragmented memories slumbering within. And some of them come from faraway places, beyond imagination. That's right. Grandpa was always so cheerful when he would talk about the guests that visit. It didn't matter if they were human or not. I probably just don't remember, but I'm certain Mizir and the others would be in those memories. All of these bizarre stories I'm hearing, I feel like I can believe them all, just by recalling the heartfelt words of my grandpa. It's all true, isn't it? About other worlds, the non-humans. Hey, Phoebe! How you doing? Welcome. That Grandpa kept this place open for all of you. We're just playing a visual novel here, so a lot of reading for me, not a lot of action, but just an interesting story about me running this cafe. Yeah, though I think what proves it best is our very existence. Doing good, thanks. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Just took off a little early from work. Decided to do a little stream. I hadn't tried this game yet, so I wanted to give it a shot. Just do a little stream before dinner and whatnot. So probably go another hour or so, but I might take a little break here just to kind of stretch my legs and get a drink. I also swear this to be the truth, that I am a fallen angel in and out, and have stayed at Enchanté for a long time. This is why we believe this to be the most amazing cafe. However, now that Lord Soan has passed, things will not be the same as they once were. You made the name when you were 7, Mateo because it's a Spanish version of my name, but hated the E, so changed it to AI, which changes the pronunciation to the rest of the world besides 7-year-old me. I love it. I love to hear it. Sounds good, man. Kenneth shakes his head with sullen movements. You all came to the shop from other worlds using that door, right? So, what happens if the shop was demolished? If the shop closed down and it was demolished, I'm pretty sure the door wouldn't survive. Nothing really. As long as the door stays unlocked, we can come and go whenever we want. The lock? Look at the gate. You see the plate hung on the door, correct? The plate? I assume it's the one that reads open and close. Right, I see it. But is that the lock? It is odd that our lock is that plate. It's just as it says. The door is open when it's open, and it stays closed when it reads close. As far as we know, it's just as Ignis says. We can come and go whenever we want, so long as the lock stays open. Though sometimes some unpleasant things might come through there, so I recommend only keeping it open or closed when necessary. What unpleasant things? The kind who would destroy the world. Those who would think of others as lesser beings and murder them in cold blood. That's too dangerous. Grandpa, how could you open the shop without batting an eye at that kind of danger? By the way, you may be worried about what would happen to the door in the other worlds if the shop were to be demolished. But don't worry, the gate can't even be destroyed in the first place. Il and I have cast a spell on the cafe. It's not perfect, but it turns away anything that would seek to cause harm here. In other words, it seems the shop eluded demolition due to this mysterious power. I see. That's astounding. It does seem rather convenient. That's all it does. You may not realize it, but there is magic in effect all over the place. But if that's really the case, the shop couldn't ever disappear. Isn't that right? The shop itself, certainly. This place remaining pleasant or not? Well, that's another issue, isn't it? We'd like to stay here, at this cafe, where Enchanté's keeper would welcome us non-humans with open arms. A place where you feel welcome. Alright, Phoebes. Although, we do honestly realize how selfish it is to feel this way about it. A silence once again drapes over the cafe as those words were uttered. I know, a place where everyone knows your name. While I was still searching for what to say, Mizir suddenly stands up from his seat. Well, whatever the case, we do understand that all of this is very sudden. We'll leave you be for a while. All I ask is that you meditate on this all for a bit. Wait, but where are you going? All of us have rented rooms from Lord Soan on Enchanté's upper floors. Considering it's been a while, we'd like to see them. You rented rooms? Indeed. We would visit frequently, sometimes staying overnight. We all have been paying to rent their spaces. I see. Come to think of it, Il did clearly mention he was living in the shop. It's true that I had yet to see the second floor of Enchanté. I really would have never imagined that these non-human guests would be staying up here. Wait, so if the old man is dead now, what happened to our rooms? They haven't been cleaned out, have they? You hear a bag of Kringles? Oops. Are you hearing Sethi? It might have been the crinkles from the wrapper. he's having granola, actually. But I know the little wrapper that the granola comes in might have been a little crinkly. But you know, that won't happen. He died. And since that's fact, we should be thinking about what... Oh no, did I accidentally load that? Damn. Well. Damn, I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't want to load that. My bad. No, don't quick save that. Okay, I want to go back. But I think I can probably fast forward through it. But I will do that after I stretch and get myself a snack. Because I just like messed up my load there. I hit the wrong button and accidentally quick loaded where I didn't need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and load. I'm just going to get a little snack. Sethi's having a snack, so I might as well get a snack. Let's see. I'm going to open this up. And load is complete there. Okay. Give y'all... I don't know what this BRB screen is. Okay. I'll be back, y'all. Snacky time. See you in a few.
She actually got water.
I took one sip and I was like, well, good thing I have coffee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me get my sound back in. No, that's a lie. I don't know. He's on I just put it on the table, but I didn't do anything with it. All right. Let's hop back in. Now I gotta find where I left off in the game. I do have Starbucks as well. I also got some Cheez-Its. I know Tekio hate me for crunching in his ears, but it's the extra toasty Cheez-Its. Is Seth watching your stream sitting next to you? Like, hey bud, you're doing it wrong. No, he's actually watching wrestling, I think. All the love in the world, I shall meet you. Don't worry, Techie. I just wanted that one. I'm not gonna do it while I'm reading because it's just too difficult. Toasted Cheez-Its are so good. Just a little wrestling. I think he's watching. You did miss 4 bots in a row. So that was one thing. But he's watching some wrestling, not pay-per-view. It was the Hall of Fame, right? So, but yeah, Hall of Fame ceremony. That's right. Okay. All right. Let's catch up with where I am with the game. So I accidentally. Let's see. I think was this the load part? I thought I loaded this part. No, I don't want a quick load. No, I don't want a quick save either. Let's see. I thought I loaded this one. Alright, Havoc, enjoy that Monster Hunter Rise. Take care. See you soon. Huh. Okay. Let me see if I can fast forward. This is auto. I might just have to skip a bunch. Let's see. No. So those 2 buttons are save and load. It's kind of weird that they would do that. I feel like they should have put that in. I feel like they should put those on different buttons. Seems like a strange place to put it. I just have to skip through all this. Sorry, y'all. Kind of frustrating. That dongo theme intensifies. I hope I don't have to like talk to each one of them again. Let's see. Because that would be very annoying. Text log, auto mode. Skip text is Y. Okay. Okay, great. Great. Excellent. Okay, remember this. Okay, we went through all this. I can't go over the clover. We're gonna be skipping over to where we had left off. Because we had just talked about the rooms that they had gotten. Okay. So I think I'll try for now. Okay. Let's see. Alright. So we're getting closer. Let's see. They're asking if we're gonna... And then I show my letter. Something about escaping. Okay, so her remembering about our childhood. Oh yeah, and then he talks about how they protected this place. Alright, getting closer. So if the old man is dead now, what happened to our rooms? They haven't been cleaned out, have they? I'm not sure. I haven't been upstairs yet. I don't know if a housing authority or city officials have come to see the property. That's very troubling. Illarepli stands up. I have valuable treasures in my room. I could not stand it if something happened. I cannot stand here idly. I must check it at once if everything's okay. With that, Il rushes up the stairs in a huff. I'm gonna save this here. No, not a load. That's a really bad option to have. I'm gonna save it on my regular save as well. I think he might have flown a bit even. What? What in the world? Yeah, bets the demon beast guy will have a plushy fluffy teddy bear. I mean, hopefully we get to see their bedrooms. That'd be interesting. Leave him be. That's just how he is. This enchantment keeps away anyone that isn't affiliated with this place as it is. There's nothing to worry about. I'll go and check on my room. Coming, Canis? Room's by mine, after all. Right. Though I do not have many belongings to check on, I shall at least tidy up a bit. As they begin to climb the stairs. Alright, Desu? You should think this over a while. Why don't you make yourself a cup of coffee? Mizir, the last one to leave, winked at me as he spoke. After the sounds of their steps faded away, the space around me was hushed in comparison to how it was moments ago. But then, this would have been what Enchanté would have been right now, if those men hadn't arrived. People from other worlds. Non-humans come here to this cafe, huh? At first I was wondering if I should even bother trying to run the cafe at all. Now as I sit here by myself, I'm beginning to question the very nature of reality. Ugh, I need to gather my thoughts. Mizuru is considerate enough to let me have some time alone. Maybe I should go outside and get some air. I look to the horizon. The sun is setting. I take in its lights and let out a sigh. The cold begins to grip me as the day ends. I sit on a bench and go over everything that had just happened. I found that door. I met Mizuru and the others. Canis, Il, and Ignis. They all claim that they aren't human, all of this easily erasing. Oops. That was going too fast. I need to, let's see, I think one of these is like a log. Nope, not that. There he goes. They all claim they aren't human. All of this easily erasing whatever knowledge of the world I used to hold. That's nice. I can rewind back if I wanted to. Let me actually adjust the auto speed. Wondering when the Doomslayer is going to walk in with a casual making hot dogs in your toaster oven oven that you got out of storage. Pot pies. Oh man, that sounds amazing, Matayo. Ow. I know it was cliche, but I pinched my cheek to make sure I could still feel it. I did, so that meant this is all real. I pinch my elbow and my hand, but of course the result the same. Sitting there, I take a breath deeper than the deepest ocean. It seems like every guest Grandpa rented to developed a meaningful relationship with him. The shop itself, certainly. This place remaining pleasant or not, well, that's another issue, isn't it? We'd like to stay here at this cafe, where Enchanté's keeper would welcome us non-humans with open arms. Boil them, then skewer them, throw them in to get that good snap. Nice. Yeah, we've been pretty happy with doing them in the air fryer. They get a really good nice snap and char to them. So it's been pretty nice, and we'll use the toaster oven just for the buns. Hot dogs. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Oh, Seth's watching stuff. I was gonna say if he wants to get a grocery order going, we could. Toast the buns. Holding this irritable feeling. Let out a groan. It was a sound no one would expect to come from someone like me. What do I do? The sunset. It's so pretty. But I can only escape my reality for so long. As if to try and find an answer, I open the letter from Grandpa once again. Today so. Huh. He did leave more of a message, Fizzy. I was originally just going to leave a message with you over social media, which would be so much worse. But I guess that's not suitable for Will. They want me to write to you in a letter. Nice sentiment, but I prefer the keyboard. Honestly, you always love breaking the mold. A bittersweet feeling draws a smile. I bite my lip as I read over the letter again. An official will was delivered to my parents, so this is basically just a personal message from grandfather to granddaughter. Most of the content was just random chatter. Questions about me eating properly, making sure I was being nice to my parents, and if I was doing okay at the company where I got my job. Things like that. A Facebook message from her dead grandpa, no thanks. When Grandpa would come to the house every so often, we had so much fun talking. He was sensitive to how I felt. He never did try to pry too much into my daily life. I guess this letter, it helped him work through all of that concern he must have had for me. I'm sorry, Grandpa. It's difficult to talk about out loud. But the food supply company where I was hired was infamous for being strict about the work. Red Eagle. That became apparent right away once I started my job there. The sales department would go door to door selling health products, and supplements are basically scams. As an office worker, I dealt with all the complaints that came from customers each day and night. They brought me on right out of high school, even though I barely made the cut, so I forced myself to endure the labor. But after so many days of working there, the ringing of a phone would trigger me. I can still hear my boss yelling, "You can always be replaced. Just do what I say. You have nowhere else to go, do you? No one else needs you. I picked you up, so you better be grateful." I was tired, bitter, and I just wanted to quit. It was at that time when I got Grandpa's letter, which I'm looking at right now. If things get tough, you can always come back. The shop was an old man's hobby. But if that means something more to you too, that's just fine. Your life is in your hands. You choose to live it exactly how you want. I fold the letter and take a deep breath. There's no one here to guide me now. But still, I really hate that there isn't. I know I just want things to be easy. I think of what Grandpa would say, wishing that he were here right now. I thought they went to check on their rooms. My face lifts up at the doorbell ringing to see Mzir standing there. I'm the only one who wasn't actually staying over at Enchanté. I wasn't really renting a room either, so I was just kind of wandering around inside the cafe. But I did come to the cafe every day, though I did have my Demon King duties to attend to, so I usually left at night. Mzir smiles, adding that he'd continue to come if I were to take over the shop. He then comes to sit on the bench with me. Oh, I didn't expect that. I'm sure it's not as bad as ill, but I did imagine that you'd be living here too. Do I look like that much of a mess? You actually thought I was like him? Ill is a mess? I couldn't really see that at all. More importantly, is it okay for you to look like that out here? Oh, don't worry. Demon Kings have a number of ways to cheat. Fiddling with consciousness is easy. Favorite word of Mzir is cheat. It often means something so strong it seems doubtful. He wraps up the strange things he performs with this word, probably because explaining is a pain to him. He's a Demon King after all. While I can easily do most things, such as acts of destruction, there are few things that he is not very good at. Perception obstruction. Surrounding people only see him as wearing normal clothes. Fiddling with consciousness. He stretched calmly, saying that scary fact. I wondered how detached from humanity he really was. I mean, just look at his clothes. His face, the way he talks, the way he laughs. Maybe he doesn't look that different yet. Oh, were you still thinking about it? Sorry to interrupt when I suggested that you do that. Oh, no, it's fine. Actually, in all honesty, it was helpful that you came to chat. I couldn't help but feel like thinking about this on my own would just get me down. Hey, is that the letter from Soan? As he pointed to a letter, I realized I forgot to put it away. Yeah, yes it is. I was holding it to my chest out of reflex, probably because it was taking me through all of his memories and emotions just now. Responding ambivalently, he stares at the letter for a moment, then speaks. So, about Soan. Did you know he couldn't eat spicy stuff? He had such a hard time with hot peppers. His sudden comment caught me off guard. Huh? I never knew. Grandpa always seemed so sprightly. Right? It wasn't a quirk for show. He had issues with other things too, like cockroaches. Really? Well, I can't deal with cockroaches either. Mizir continued on, speaking kindly of the grandfather I didn't know. Though, I'm sure it was a tiny bit of things he wanted to say. I could tell. These memories were very precious to him. He was pretty good at pouring coffee, despite how much he didn't fuss with the intricate details of things. Yeah, it was only when he poured coffee, though only might be a bit mean, that he was so intentional and serious. Mizir nods in agreement with my comment. Demon kings, knights, fallen angels, beasts. While we were here, we were just guests. Ordering coffee and eating snacks, you could always just relax here. That's the sort of shop this is. That's why we love to be at this cafe. That's why we love Enchanté. You're not going to ask me, are you, to take over the cafe? Well, yeah, I guess you're right. It's hard to put into words. It just wouldn't feel right. I mean, as much as I'd like you to. Laughing a bit to himself, he stood up, looking satisfied somehow. All right. Yes, I'm glad you got to hang out, Fizzy. Take care, we shall see you soon. I probably won't stream for too much longer. There's only so much reading I can do in a night. But it was fun. Take care. Thanks for the resub, by the way. Anyway, I know this is happening so fast. I'm sure it's hard to make a decision. After I nod in response, he pauses for a moment, then speaks again. Aiso, are you doing anything tomorrow? No, you. If I remember from what Soan told me, you work northeast from here, don't you? Are you going to go home already? So, tomorrow? I don't have anything planned. As for work... Daisu? Oh, right. Yeah, I don't have anything planned. I see. Then how about you come back here? To Enchanté? Yes? If you don't mind, of course. If you have the time, I'd like to talk with you some more, but not necessarily about the cafe. I want to know more about you. I'd like you to get to know me a little better too. Mizu gave a smile that did not look at all suspicious and was actually friendly. I haven't been asked a question like that in a while, outside of a family context anyway. I put up my guard in reflex and probed him. And why would you want to do that? Because this meeting was destiny, of course. I'm just kidding. Even if it was a joke, he had the guts to mention something as cheesy as destiny. And him saying it with such a carefree smile brought a smile to my face as well. Yes, it's possible that this is destiny, considering it would be impossible for a normal person to meet a demon king. Oh? You finally believe that I'm a demon king? Well, I wouldn't get anywhere if I didn't. So you're compromising then, huh? If you're still suspicious, can I show you evidence that would change your mind? Evidence? Red eagle, please. What if I were to romantically break the sun into pieces? Or remove the stars from the sky without a trace? I could do that much if you were to ask me directly, you know. Is that romantic? His smile scares me, as if to say that he would actually go through with that. Well, with that in mind, I'll be waiting for you here at the cafe tomorrow. But I'm not who should be saying that. I'll think about it. I'll consider whether or not I'll return. Even if I were to start heading back now, I'd be home around midnight. Considering how dangerous that might be, maybe it's better I stay here tonight. But I'm a bit reluctant to stay at Enchanté with all these people I don't even know. For now, I let Monsieur know I'll be leaving to get a hotel for the night. Okay, got it. I'll let everyone else know. Will everything be okay with the lock? Il and Canas will stay behind, so it's okay. You can leave the gates to me, too. Alright then, Deso. See you tomorrow. Right? See you tomorrow. Oh. What's wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing really. I haven't said see you tomorrow to anyone in such a long time. It really was nothing. Outside of work, I just didn't seem to live the same way other people did. Nazir didn't make me feel weird, and he replied shyly. Me too. He smiled with an endless kindness. It was then I realized I was no longer just considering coming by tomorrow. Once I got to the hotel, the promise I made to see Nazir became rather clear. The hotel I was able to find was very nice considering how little it cost. After taking a shower and changing, I lay down on the bed in the room. I'm so tired. It's definitely due to mental stress. It's time I get to sleep. I let out a yawn as I reach out to a light by the pillow. No matter how many times I think about it, I really just experienced something insane. Although I no longer thought it was a dream. Still feeling the small morsel of excitement toward visiting Enchanté tomorrow. I close my eyes and give in to sleep. I hear a voice. It sounds like a child. Someone crying. Spooky. Solitude is lonely. My mind was blank, and I had no idea where I was or when this was. I've been waiting for you. A person appeared without a sound and stretched out their hand. Her trembling fingers sank into my chest. They literally sank in. They plunged in, like a hand submerging into water. Ugh. My heart felt like an alarm going off. My body shook in pain. Unable to breathe, I could feel my consciousness slipping. But there's something more harrowing. Help me. I know, it turned into a horror game. I don't know. Speaking of which, I do need to play Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know anything that happens in that game, so I'm like, I'll probably play it off stream, but I do need to play it. It clung on to me. This unknown plea rang in my head. It was so pitiful, so sad. I tried batting away the hand, but I just couldn't, no matter how hard I tried. Ugh. I woke up to the sound of my heavy heartbeat. It took me to realize the space around me was just a hotel room that I had booked for the evening. I don't remember everything very well, but that definitely felt like a nightmare. In an attempt to dig up the memories from it, I grabbed the sides of my head. Just then, the alarm goes off. I look at the time on the clock. It's already this late? I have to hurry or I'll miss checkout. I fling myself up from the bed and start to get ready for the day. I rush through checking out of my room and leave the hotel quickly. My feet were moving on their own, making their way towards Enchanté. Though I inadvertently made Mizuru a promise, I actually began to feel a little excitement to go back there again. I didn't have a solid conversation with each guest yesterday. I need to do that today. A conversation about things that don't necessarily have to do with Enchanté. I was hoping for a fresh start today, especially after my terrible dream, and I was walking along when all of a sudden, I heard a clack. It's from a little up ahead. Something appeared. It bounced once, twice, and it was rolling towards me from the street. Curious about what it was, I bent down to pick it up off the ground. A pen. It didn't seem like a regular pen from a department store. Beneath the navy surface of it were a set of initials engraved in brilliant gold. This must have been custom made. Oh, my apologies, young lady, but that belongs to me. Thank you for picking it up. I looked toward the person whose initials must be the ones found on this pen. Over there. Over here. Sorry, the car is already running. Would you mind bringing it over here? Bruh, you can't come over to grab your own pen? Huh? Oh, sure. The man was wearing a casual suit as he looked in my direction. I walked towards him, brushing some of the dirt that had gotten on the pen. I hand it over as he gives me a smile. Thank you. I was writing a note and it slipped. I'm just glad it didn't roll into the sewer. No problem. It's a beautiful pen. I hope it didn't get scuffed. Kidnapping ensues, right? I was about to say goodbye when... Miss, can I ask you a personal question? What is it? I'm not from around here and I don't know the streets very well. I'm not asking for directions. Well, I said it already, didn't I? I want to ask you something personal. What? But, right, I feel bad you're just standing there. Can we go to a cafe? Maybe one nearby. I'd be happy to treat you to something. Consider it thanks for returning my pen. Your car's running, bruh. Like, now you want to go to the coffee shop? What do I do? Is this about to be one of those instances of coercion I'm always hearing about? I need to find a way to get out of this. I'm sorry, I appreciate the offer, but I have a few things I need to take care of. Oh? That's unfortunate. What things, if you don't mind me asking? Do they have to do with Café Enchanté, where the Demon King and Fallen Angel hang? Now I had my attention. How do you know that? Was this person like Mizuru and the others? Welcome back, Phoebes. Thank you for the honest reaction. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm not anyone to be suspicious of, okay? Desoawaki. Just so you know, I was an acquaintance of your grandfather's. Another regular at Enchanté. You knew my grandpa? Yes? Oh, I'm sorry, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kaoru Rindo. And so you know, I'm just an ordinary human, okay? Mr. Rindo. A regular Enchanté? I let down my guard after he mentioned he was human, but only a little bit. How did he even know my name? Ignis and the others didn't know who I was before hearing me say my name. I'm sure he could tell how guarded I was when he looked into my eyes. Not seeming to care much about that, Rindo continued speaking rather casually. He's a hot girl pretending to be a dude. I've heard rumors about you, and about Soan. Had you come here to take over Enchanté? Well, no, I hadn't decided on that yet. Yet, huh? Though, just by looking at you, I can tell you've already been an influence. This is beginning to be annoying. Annoying? Oh, I'm talking about those non-humans at Enchanté. I know I'm a stranger, and you probably find me suspicious, but let me warn you. Don't take over that place, okay? And why is that? The reason is very simple. Those non-humans are the very essence of danger. Rindo spoke without any ill will, but also without a fragment of restraint. I know, racism already. One of them aside, they all appear to be normal at first glance. They can hold conversations just fine, but in the end it's all for show. They are entirely different from human beings. They're freaks in human clothing, beyond the reaches of what is considered normal. Monsters, creatures, evil spirits. I'd be worried to send a sweet girl like you to a place where such creatures gather. I began to feel a little angry at the things this man was saying. I know I don't know everything about them, but they were guests of my grandfather's. I know they were people he truly valued. I wish this man wouldn't say anything so bold as to contest that fact. Excuse me. I began to protest, but was interrupted. Oh, I'm getting a call from my subordinate. Sorry to keep you for so long. I'll have to get back to work now. Goodbye then, Deso. If you do decide to stay there, I suppose we might meet again soon, Monopolizing the conversation once again, he then disappears. I didn't even get to reply. He didn't seem to think highly of Enchanté, considering he was a regular there. I know, it seemed like a threat, right? Right. It would be best to talk this through with Mzir and the others. I decide to cut my rumination there and hurry along the road to Enchanté. Before I enter, I pinch my cheek again, just to make sure. Wakaru, Rindo, and that confrontation just now, too, decided to accept yesterday as reality. But still, I was nervous about going inside. I walked to the door and grabbed the doorknob. Hello? Not knowing if I needed to, I let the cafe know I'm here by taking a step inside. Huh? I thought for a moment that I stepped into a completely different shop. I look around in a panic, but the door did look like the same one I saw yesterday. However, what I saw was not what you'd call a regular shop at all. What was laid out before me appeared to be an entire world. A gentle light poured through the heavens. Beautiful plants I'd never seen before embraced the light, stretching their leaves to the sky. The scene before me could only be described as an illusion, not at all a part of reality. The only things I could consider normal here were a few dishes on a larger table. As I stood confused, the person who walked up to me, unfazed by everything around me, was... Oh, monsieur. Yes. Hey, welcome. Oh, in your case, I guess I should be saying welcome back. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm glad to see you again, Deso. It's nice to see you again, too. But more importantly, what is all of this? Oh, this? Il and I went all out to prepare this. A special place for a tea party. Nice, huh? We wanted to have a welcome party for you. It might be a goodbye party, depending on what you decide. but that would be okay too. Oh, I see. Well, thank you for preparing all of... Wait, now you haven't explained a thing. What is this place? You can think of it as an illusion. There's no need to worry. You haven't been sent to another world or anything like that. We're definitely still inside the Enchanté. It appears explaining things casually as... Ill appears explaining casually as I stare up at the endless sky. Huh, so that's something you can do too. I tried touching a few leaves of grass, and they felt real. I felt myself smile for some reason. My curiosity began to win over my surprise at the surrealistic scene. Is something the matter? Is something bothering you? Huh? Oh no, it's fine. I'm fine. It's nothing. By the way, where are the other two? I change the subject and talk about the others. Those two have been over there. They've been at the table for a little while. I head over to a table led by Mizur, and there I find... Ah, you've come. I'm pleased to see you again, Deso. The friendly Tennis and seemingly irritated Ignis come to greet me. Ignis is looking in every direction but mine, so I'm not sure how much of a greeting it is. He looked upset, but I didn't think I could be the issue, especially considering I was so new to the cafe. Ignis, did something happen? Well, I guess. We just had an annoying customer come by a little before you arrived. They're so annoying. I just beat them up and ran them out of the shop. Wait, you beat them up? A customer? For a business in the service industry to do something like this could be fatal. How should we explain this? It's quite alright, Deso. Although they were guests of the shop, it was perfectly permissible to beat them up. Does such a guest even exist? Let's just forget about that for now. Please have a seat, my princess. Huh? Thank you. Hesitantly, I sit on the chair Mizur brought. A cup of aromatic tea is set before me. So here we are again. Thank you for coming today, Deso. He grins and I can feel myself getting tense. I'd like to thank you as well for inviting me. Yeah, just don't worry about that. It's fine. Oh, I didn't even think you'd show up considering how suspicious of us you were. I apologize about that. It cleared some things up with Mizur after meeting everyone. For now, at least, I've come to believe everything about all of you. I noticed Ignis looking away in a pout. I hadn't gone to speak with anyone individually aside from Mizur. It's understandable that the others might not like that too much. I lower my head toward them. Deso, I apologize about yesterday. I left before finishing our conversation. There's no need to worry. In fact, we were the ones who had decided to leave prematurely. Besides, you did come back to visit. That alone is more than enough for us. Mizur laughs nervously at Ignis's demeanor before he begins to speak. Anyway, aside from talk about Enchanté, I'm always happy to chat with you, Deso. So if Ignis is a demon beast, is he maybe a hellhound demon puppy? Maybe he needs a belly rub. It makes me wonder, because the other guy did call him a dog, or kind of allude to the fact that he's a dog. So I don't know. So Ignis, yeah, he's a fire beast. So I don't know. Alright, all. It's been about 3 hours. I'm getting a little hungry for dinner, so I'm gonna try to figure that out with Seth before it gets too late. But I really appreciate everyone coming on out. Let me go ahead and save this properly before I forget and mess it up. Cool. Return to the main menu. But I am enjoying the game. Go ahead and turn this down a little. Turn on the cam. Yeah. So Senna didn't fall asleep. That's good. Thank you everyone for coming on by to the stream. I had a lot of fun reading for you all and just getting into the story about these characters and the cafe and such. I hope they let me make a coffee or something. That would be nice. But I know there are other games like that. Coffee Talk and was it the Valhalla one? I can't think of it right now. There's that other one. But the bartending simulator. You're listening the whole time? That's great. Aw, thank you so much, Phoebes. I appreciate that. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully I will be able to continue this for you all soon. I will probably try to continue to stream it, so that way if you do miss it live, there should be the VODs to be able to fall back on. At least I should be able to put these up onto YouTube pretty easily, I believe. So that's also another option for finding them. So you'll try to come by more often. Yes, it was a threat. You have no life, so you view streamers. No, it's not a problem at all, Ready Go. I really appreciate you coming by to support. I appreciate everyone coming by to support. For those who dropped bits and donations and subs, thank you so much. And those who just came by to lurk or listen or to just hang out. To just hang out while I read. Thank you so much. It was really good to see everyone. Let me see if we can go on to anyone else. See someone chatting. Missing some chats here. Let me see. Let's see who is streaming right now. Let's see. Any of our friends live? Let's see. See, our rupees are up and about. Fuzzy is doing Genshin Impact. Yeah, of course, Cryo. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Tree's doing GTA. Ooh, it's a lot going on. A lot of friends streaming. Thank you, Techie. Let's go ahead and pass y'all on to. Let's continue the we'll continue the Japanese fun. We'll go ahead and go to Fuzzy Logic. He's probably just grinding away in his gacha game, but that's okay too. It'll be good to check in on him. So let's go ahead and do that. So raid channel Fuzzy. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for all the good times. I will catch you all soon. And if you want to go by and check out Fuzzy, awesome. If not, totally understandable. Have a great rest of your evening, and hopefully I'll stream for you soon.